Hello, welcome back. Welcome to my channel. My name is Taylor, and today we're doing TBR prompts. Pick my February TBR. But before I hop in the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you love all things books. I will say it is a particularly gloomy day, which pretty much sums up the vibes and the feelings of January. Throw in a little lightning to fill in that rage that all of us felt this month, and you might have the perfect weather storm. But also, it's the end of January, the longest January of our lives, or at least my life so far. So today we're going to be picking 6 TBR prompts for February, the month of romance, so I'm hoping to stick to a lot of romance. If you're wondering how I did with my TBR last month, I think I made it through 2 books. But to be fair, my life slump that really hit at the end of last year really caught up to me at this point because I have a family member in the hospital, and then everything that's been going on in the political and social climate has just brought me down. So we're going to be readjusting our expectations this year. I know I am a bit of a mood reader, so we're going to just do our best to read our TBRs, but also read what makes us happy, because we all need a little joy in our lives right now. So if you haven't watched these before, I have all of my prompts printed out in here in my little Taylor Swift cup. And I'm going to pick 6 prompts, and 4 of them will be physical books, and 2 of them will be on the Kindle. So without further ado, let's pick out the prompts. Alright, so prompt number 1 is a new to you author. So there's going to be a few options there. Then we have a bisexual bisexual main character. If you don't know, I'm bisexual, so I enjoy picking up new bisexual reads. So I have to do some digging. Well, actually, no, I don't have to do any digging because I know one of these for a fact is. So, then we have an author that has same first initial as you. So I technically pulled this last month. So I do have some repeats prompts in here because I just threw in the prompts that I made this year with the prompts from last year. So you may see some repeats. And then prompt number 4. A small town romance. Yes, we need some romance in the month of February. And then number 5, something with flowers on the cover. And lastly, a popular book talk rec. Ooh, there's a couple. There's a couple here. So hopefully we're going to focus on trying to get some romance going, but we'll see. All right, so this is what the TBR shelf is looking like right now. We only managed to accomplish getting 2 books off the shelf, and then I bought 5 books. So, we love monthly shopping. So our first one is we are looking for a book with a bisexual FMC. Right out the gate, we're choosing Saint Seducing Gold by Brittany Ann Williams. We're trying to finish the series that we started, and this book, the first book in this series, was a 5-star read last year, and I know this is a bisexual FMC. Then we have a new to you author. Okay, if anyone watches Belle Therese, she has been up in arms about how everyone needs to read the Spark of the Everflame series, and I've never read Pin Cole before, as far as I can tell. So I'm putting this on there. I don't know too much about it other than it is I thought it was YA, but it seems like it might not be because I've heard there's spice in it. But I know it is a romantasy, and it's book 1 of like 4-book series. Then we have a popular book talk rec. So here are our options. We can say anything from the Shatter Me series, The Poppy War, because that's been all over my For You page. Parable of the Sower was on the TBR last month, and I should read it, because I should. And then in romance, I'm not sure anything Alice Oseman or BK Boyerson is on there. I don't know, maybe we pick one of those for romance. And then on here, I'm not sure specifically if there's anything super book talky. I think the most book talky thing I could pick is Shatter Me. So I'll take it out of its plastic, but I think Shatter Me will go on the list. And thus, we're starting another series this month. Then we have an author with the same first initial as me. So our options are Tahara Mafia. I already picked out Shatter Me. So then we have Toni Morrison, I know for sure. And then I have T. Uglo. I know that. And then I was trying to think, oh, and then Timothy Janofsky. I mean, do I put him on here again? I don't know. In the spirit of trying to finish TBRs, I'm going to add this new book that I picked, Great LGBTQ Plus Peaches, just because it's really short, and I love a little queer read. Next up, we have the two that are on my Kindle. So first up, we have Small Town Romance. Obviously, I am picking Reckless, Elsie Silver. I am determined to finish the Chestnut Spring series this year, and the last book in the series that I read, Powerless, 5-star read. One of the best reads of 2024. So that one easily crossed off. Now I have to look for something that has flowers on the cover. Let's see. Ooh, These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong has flowers on the cover. Yes, yes, yes. Daughter of the Moon Goddess does, and it looks like Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop does. I'm actually going to put Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop on here, just because I know it's a quickie. Huh. I see what I said. I know it's a quick read. She's short. She's just over 200 pages, and I know it just got traditionally published, so I'm curious to see what it reads like on here. Cool. We've got a good mixture this month. Also, I needed another romance because I feel like I went heavy on the fantasy this year. Let's go through all the books we chose. So first up, we have a book featuring a bisexual main character. This is the second book in the Forge and Fracture saga. This is a young adult sort of Shakespearean retelling fantasy following Joan, who has the power to control metal or make metal spontaneously come out of her body. And iron is the only thing that is sort of a death blow to the Fae. And she sort of discovers this in book 1. So now we're following her in the aftermath of book 2. And yes, book 1 was a 5-star read from last year. Then we have a new to you author. So we have Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I know nothing of this. I know it's the first book in the Kindred's Curse saga, and I know that book 3 ends up being over 1,000 pages, and I'm also pretty sure these just got traditionally published. Now, is it kind of treacherous walking to a series that's not completely finished? Maybe, but then again, the last book I just showed up is from a book series that isn't completely finished. But I recently discovered Belle Therese on here, and she has been singing the praises of this book series, so I'm curious to see. I thought it was young adult. It may not be young adult, because I know there is a little spiciness in book 1, as far as I've heard. So she's on the list, and she's also on Kindle Unlimited, so she'll be nice and easy to read. Then we have Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. This is our popular book talk pick. I haven't read this yet, but it feels apt to pick up a dystopian given the times that we are living in. I know this is YA. I know there's supposedly an amazing romance that blooms in this series, and I got the whole series for Christmas, so I'm excited to pick it up. And I don't know that there's much more to say about that. Then for an author with the same first initial as you, we have T. Yugo. I'm quite sure, I don't know if that's a pseudonym or not, but it's Great LGBTQ Plus Speeches. This is one of the books I picked up for my January book haul. It is very short, and I always tell I think I told everyone in the beginning of the year book tag and the end of the year book tag that my goal is to read at least 10% nonfiction for the year. So that is equal to about one nonfiction book a month. So this one is short, and it should be easy to make it through. Then for my small town romance, we have Reckless by Elsie Silver. This is the 4th book in the internet-connected standalone Chestnut Spring series. I loved Powerless. I really enjoyed the first 2 books as well, and everyone says this is one of their favorite books in the series. I know we're following Theo Silva and Winter, don't know her last name. But yeah, I know we're going to have like a reverse Grumpy Sunshine, also a little bit of a reverse age gap, because I know she's older than he is, because I know he's like a young bull rider. And I also know Larry Reeves sings the praises of this, because I think she's mentioned in the back of the book. So that one's on there. And then lastly, another romance, Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. I know this is messy romance. I know that I should strap in for some questionable things and questionable decisions made at a wedding. But I know it just recently got traditionally published, and the new cover, I think I like the original indie cover because it was absolutely stunning, what drew me to the book to begin with. But yeah, I've been wanting to pick up the physical copy of it, so maybe if I like it enough on Kindle, I'll be enticed to pick up the physical copy, and I needed another romance to round out the month of February. So those are all of the books that I picked this month for my TBR prompts. Let me know what you're planning to read in the month of February. Are we romance heavy, or are we sticking to tried and true fantasy, nonfiction, mystery thrillers? I'll see y'all in the next video.